Morning, Louie.
Good morning, Greg. How are you doing?
Oh, just fine. Louie, how are you?
I'm okay. Sunday, July 28th, 2019. Today is our fifth podcast
YouTube, but
on YouTube.
before we get to that, I want to welcome everybody on Facebook Live and on YouTube.
I was
And
going to say that.
and what else? Who else do we podcast to? Oh, Twitter, Periscope,
Man, we have about 12 by now?
Anchor FM, and also
I can't remember
we
all
have
of them.
Google Podcasts, we have Apple Podcasts, we have all them podcasts, but we want to welcome you to our political podcast weekly, live from our Las Vegas studio.
That's
And
right.
this is Garage Door Politics, and I am Greg.
And I'm Louis.
All right, and
We are ready to go.
yeah, and like Louis said, it's our 50th YouTube video podcast, and that was our first. That was our first way back when.
That was back in January,
No, February 2018.
for February. That's about 1.5 years.
1.5 years. So, anyway, and if you're new to our podcast, what we do is discuss what happened in the political world, the United States, sometimes around the world too, as it pertains to the United States.
Right.
And it's a weekly recap, and then we give our opinions on it, whether we like it or not. Anyway, anyway, the biggest thing this week was Robert Mueller had to go in front of the Congress.
Congress.
Yeah, and give he had some explaining to do on his report, and I don't think we got any more out of it than what was in the report, but I don't know. It just,
Well,
I don't know. I don't
see, first of all, before he testified,
What?
Elton John already threatened him, don't go beyond your report.
Well, he can't by
That's
law.
what I threat.
He can't by law.
So why Elton John did that? By the way, I call Mr. Barr, the AG General, as Elton John because he looks pretty much to me like Elton John. That's an explanation. When I say Elton John, everybody should know.
But you know, I mean, this is where we're at with this. You know, he pretty much just said, you know, what was in the report, and it looked like he didn't even know what was in the report. He had to keep going back and looking, and it just
He's
like,
a man older than I am.
well,
I have my problems at my age. I have to always have everything written so I can go back to refresh my mind because I forget. At my age, I am 72. At my age, I don't even remember I ate last night.
okay.
How the heck he can remember what he put out months ago? Now, yeah, everybody, it's so easy to point the finger at everybody.
Everybody, right.
They are doing to him.
But I got a
He-
question. Why did they even want him to testify? He didn't tell anybody anything that was new.
He said from the first time he came out on the public,
Okay.
he said, this is what I'm going to say and no more. He doesn't want to get involved with the circus.
The circus? Is that why we have our circus music in the beginning of our podcast?
Isn't that the idea?
Well, it is a circus, you know.
So that's what I'm talking
Well,
about.
it's just a waste of time. You know, it was just a waste of time. And you know, I mean, across all the networks carried it live. Every network did.
Oh yeah, it's news.
Well, yeah, but only 13 million people turned in through all the channels. So evidently everybody's I think everybody's just tired of it. Just tired of it, Just tired of it.
Tired of everything.
Well, I agree. But I think now this should put at least to bed that Donald Trump is not a Russian agent. Okay?
I never said that he was.
Well, a lot of people were and still are to this day.
Now, I still think he's got something there.
Oh, well, that's, it's like I said last week on the podcast. How do you know a politician's lying? Because their lips are moving. Okay?
And Trump is pretty good at that too.
Well,
he's not even supposed to be a politician.
And not only that, I'm going to say the final thing on the Mueller thing. I think Robert Mueller just ought to ride off into the sunset, and he had a distinguished career.
That's what he wants.
But why go out like that? That was kind of shameful. Whoever did that.
It's not because he wanted.
Yeah, I know, but they should have never been subpoenaed
He
in
was
the first
forced.
place. I know. Should have never happened. Should have never happened.
I don't blame him. I don't point the finger at him.
I don't point it at him either, but it was kind of an embarrassing way to go out.
Right.
And I blame whoever subpoenaed
And
him.
he doesn't deserve that.
No, I agree, because the guy fought in Vietnam. He done a lot of stuff. He was the head of the FBI.
He was the head of the FBI for about 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
Dang.
And so, but that's just a shitty way to go out, man. I really don't like
And
it.
it's not even his fault.
No, it's not. So anyway, I just want to put that to bed, and hopefully we can move on.
Just forget and move on.
Right. Move on from that, and then
Keep fighting Trump. That's okay with me.
Okay,
But
alright.
keep something serious.
well,
not
I've
BS.
got a problem with President Trump this week on a couple fronts. The first one is the spending bill. Nancy Pelosi, and everybody got together and they said, okay, let's raise the debt ceiling, let's create some more debt, let's kick the can down the road, as Rand Paul said. He said, we'll just kick the can down the road, and
That's for
and,
our next generation.
yeah, well, it's been like this for a while now.
Yeah.
The only time that we really got anything under control, which is amazing, was Bill Clinton. We actually had we were in the black.
surplus.
Yeah, we had a surplus, but ever since
At the
then,
time, billions of dollars. And we got already,
Anyway.
Bill Clinton already got the country
right,
on the red.
right. But
And was able to.
but I don't understand why we can't get it under control. It seems like there's so many earmarks, so many special favors in these bills.
Yeah.
They need, they're getting, lobbyists that are coming in, and I'm really, really upset with the whole Congress as a whole, the House and the Senate, because this is a bullshit bill, and I blame Donald Trump. Could have vetoed it. He could have vetoed it pretty easy, but he didn't. So I'm not happy with anybody in this whole thing.
Greg, what Trump said on his run for president as a candidate.
Yeah, I
I'm going to
understand.
go to Washington and try out what
The swamp.
he's got swallowed.
And
But
I don't believe that at all. But
I do.
But
I can see it.
but I know that it's just amazing. It's just amazing how they can just spend money like it's like they just keep printing it. Just keep printing the money. I mean, it's amazing. But I'm not too happy about that. I don't.
And the country's going deeper and deeper
In debt.
into debt.
I know. It's what, $22 trillion in debt now. But evidently nobody gives a rat's ass. So
They don't give a damn.
No, they don't. So I mean, I just don't understand it. But also too, there's another thing I disagree with President Trump this week, is tweeting about Baltimore. And you know what, Mr. President, sometimes it's time just to put the damn phone down. Put it down. You don't have to react to everything that happens out there. You don't
But
have
we
to
already
react.
talked about that here.
You don't have
He
to react.
reacts without thinking.
Well, I just don't understand, the Elijah Cummings, the one he's talking about, the congressman from Maryland.
Yeah.
That's his district, the Baltimore area, and you just don't have to. You don't have to call a place a crap hole. You know what I mean? I mean,
Rat infested.
even
Trump
though it
is
might
from
be.
New York, New York City. New York City is infested with rats.
Well, that's.
But I lived there, and I know.
Well, I understand that, but who's the mayor of that one? De Blasio.
And you're gonna tell me he is his fault?
What you can do?
Then it has been now for over 40 years.
Okay. Well, it must
Oh,
have
so
been everybody's
we
fault.
have to go back and blame
Let's
everybody.
go all the way back to who was the mayor during the blackout? Remember the blackout? Anyway, Ed
I
Koch.
wasn't even
Ed
in
Koch.
96.
Ed Koch.
Yeah,
So
when
it's
I
been
got
going
when
on.
I got to New York, that was
Yeah, but anyway, I'm just, I support the president, and I've always supported every president, even if I didn't like him or not. But I support the president. But in this point, in these two things this week, I don't support the spending bill, and I don't just support some of the Twitter activity that he does. He needs to lay off of it and just let's get back to running this country. Now we got to do something because now we got the more trillions of dollars, in the hole.
It's gonna be added up.
We need to do something. We need to do something.
Yeah.
Well,
Get
anyway,
rid of the Congress, the Senate, and Trump, and put somebody who has a little better idea
I
than
don't
us.
know who. I don't know.
Yeah,
who.
we don't know.
I don't know who. They're all.
We can't do that because you still are a democratic
That's
country.
true. That's true. But anyway, has anybody thought about doing their own podcast out there? Well, me and Louie, when we started ours back in February 2018, we didn't know where to go, what to do, how to get it on all the platforms.
We got to start it out.
We just started out and just went for it. But we did find Anchor FM. Anchor FM is a one-stop shop for uploading, hosting, and putting your podcast out to the masses so they can see it. It's a one-stop shop, and it's easy to use, and it's 100% free. So if you want to see if you want to do a podcast, it could be about anything you want. Just go to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start. And they'll get you going right away, like I always tell Louie. So easy a caveman can do it.
I am a caveman.
Okay. anyway, going back now.
What about the cyber attack?
Yeah, this week before I guess everybody went home on vacation, Mitch McConnell blocked a bill, a Senate bill, that was dealing with Russian interference and trying to keep the voting safe for 2020, and McConnell blocked that. So what are your thoughts about that?
Very much American. I may have to say a little louder. Very much American.
What do you mean very much American?
Those are the Americans in the Congress and Senate.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell's the Senate Majority Leader, and he blocked the bill that would have.
He's a pretty good American.
You think so? Oh, I didn't know you were sarcastic. I thought you were just being.
You know how I am.
Okay. Well. I know we need this. It's not only Russia.
Now we have Iran, we have China, we have been now. China is teaching North Korea to do the same.
But North Korea don't have computers. They still have the stone in the tablets.
Oh, they do.
Okay.
They do.
See, I was being funny on that one. But anyway.
I understand.
But anyway.
But now, Iran now is doing, who is helping Iran? Oh, Mr. Putin.
Okay.
Because he wants to play a disarray around the world. And United States is the prime target,
Well, we're always a prime target.
always. But not just like that, because before it was with troops. Now they don't use the troops anymore.
No, no, you don't have to. Cyber
You
warfare.
just do.
Cyber
They
warfare.
attack, and we have been attacked. Our democracy has been attacked. Espionage before was with physical men trying to get information.
Sort of like
Now,
James Bond movies, right?
some like that.
Yeah.
But now, Russia is taking our secrets from the Pentagon, and they are making planes that look very much like what we had. I saw a documentary about that.
Okay. Well, then
Now,
what do
how?
we need to do?
And now,
What we got to do then?
what do we have to do?
Tell me.
We don't have a president for that.
What do you mean? We have a government. It's not only just the president.
And he
He's one
says
person.
no.
He's one person.
Like, what's his name there? You just said his name.
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch. That's what they are doing. Boom. They slash the bills. We can't do that because the Congress or the Senate do something they don't like, they boom, cut it off. Trump vetoes. We are not going ahead. We are going back. And those countries are taking advantage of our division.
Division. So you think we have a division in this country?
You're going to tell me we don't have one?
Well, I think we see one. Yeah, ever since
I think I have too many.
I think it started back before this, but
Oh, I don't see. I didn't mention that is now. I think now is like extrapolation of we already had.
okay. So what do you think we need to do? Do you think that we need just to throw money at this situation, or we need to be more proactive?
We have to be more proactive.
And
But the problem is, the only proactive people we have are the ones who are against the white men and the ones on the right that calls the other side communism, socialism.
but that's nothing to do with the interference in our elections. That's nothing.
Yes,
no, it
because that's
doesn't.
the division, and that's what
So
Putin is.
So he's trying to-
He's taking.
he's trying to divide the country. Then is what he's trying.
Oh,
to do.
he has been trying.
Well, that's what they
Here we
always say.
figured it out in
in war,
2016.
in war, they always say divide and conquer. So that's the premise you're talking about.
Nothing has changed on that.
Well, I know.
Doesn't matter if it's a cyber war or it's a physical war. On the cyber war, people don't die.
So, I beg to differ on that.
Why not?
I beg to differ on that.
Why?
Cyber war? Oh, absolutely.
Who died?
There's lots of people.
We don't have
You
a
create
soldier in front. In
It
front.
doesn't matter. You create misinformation. And then you have people that react to the information, the misinformation, the misinformed, the fake news, whatever in the hell you want to call
But
it.
they don't die physically.
But they do, because people take that information and then they go out and kill people. Or
That's
do-
a difference.
well, it's
okay.
misinformation.
That's I would say radicals who are easily brainwashed,
Right.
but whatever they read,
Right.
they can't understand what they are reading. This is something I have been talking about for 30 years in this country. You people read, but you don't understand what's written.
Right. So basically, what we have to do is try to safeguard ourselves as best as possible, right?
You should have been doing that because it's gonna be a nightmare in 2020.
In 2020, well, that remains to be seen. But I think.
Sometimes I think foresee is written on the wall.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had your crystal ball.
Where is it?
I don't know, but you forgot your headband too, Mr. Gypsy. Gypsy. Anyway, moving on. We're at part of our podcast called the Shame Pile, and this week we're going to do something a little different. We kind of want to celebrate our 50th YouTube podcast.
YouTube podcast.
Happy
Oh,
50th
Podcast.
Thank you.
YouTube podcast, guys. I just wanted to know. I just want to let you guys know you guys doing great. And I want to
I expect to do it myself.
celebrate with you guys. Happy anniversary, guys.
And we want to thank our audience out there too for making this possible. And thank you to my beautiful wife, Grace.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
Anyway, this couldn't be possible without our viewers out there and our supporters and our sponsors
And when we started, we didn't have an idea that we would get to this point.
we never thought possible, but that's
We have to start it out.
our first podcast was in February of 2018. And if you like to see our archives, you can just go to YouTube and search Garage Door Politics, and all our videos will pop right up for you.
Everything's right there.
And you can see how we've grown over the year and a half. But
And
anyway,
how we got better.
right, and better, or maybe people might say worse and older and older. I don't know. But anyway, I want to salute everyone out there, because without you watching and supporting us, it wouldn't have been possible. And like I said, we just want to thank you all for that.
And thank you, and we have to thank you to take your time watching us for over 1.5 years by now. Have a good day.
And we'll
We hope so.
all right, Louis.
Have a good day.
You too, Louis.